whole chunks which recur, and you decide whether you'll go with it or not. And I don't know, and this is a genuine question, and I don't know how far people like Atril and so on liaise with you to ensure that you know.
That's a horrible question. Thank you for that. Very sensitive, because you know SDL Trados is also a member of TermNet, but anyhow, I will try to answer it very honestly. There is a whole discussion going on worldwide. Is it a good thing, actually, translation entry? Also these contextual things, yeah? you might know. Or is it actually very dangerous because it gets your mistakes on and on and on and on. Yeah? So in this respect, actually the clear answer is it is not advisable in terms of applying it without checking it. Yeah? There are many, of course, there are many competitors to SDL Trados. There are increasingly, to my mind, a good development towards open source tools. Yeah? There is a variety of other options, let's say, but I'm sure that Trados, they have so many complaints about that, so many worldwide, believe me. If they do not react to that, I'm afraid they will be out of the business quite soon, because this is crucial for our business, and we really try to make them aware, and to be, also the price policy, etc., you know. It is a critical thing, but yes, you're right. In terms of quality assurance, it's a critical issue. And whenever we go to translation service providers, we do have a look, we must have, according to the standard, to the technical infrastructure, but it has always to be commensurate, not only to the size of the company, but to the kind of the project. Peter will tell you about that. So it's not, let's say, when you use SDL Trados or Across or any other more or less sophisticated technology, that does not mean that you convince me at first glance. I want to watch you, how you use it in practice, and what you do, how you do it to avoid such critical things. Tricky. Yeah.
I have a beautiful frying pan, and it doesn't mean I can make beautiful omelettes.
I have one observation on what you are saying. For example, when we are making use of these CAD tools and making use of recycling, of creating memory first and then recycling it, it is very important in the beginning and also at time before you make, use of it, time and again. It is very important that the document that you have created is free from errors, because it will have, multiplications and multiplier effect in terms of errors that will tarnish the, whole concept of using the memory thing, because those mistakes will be multiplied and, and that will be out of control. So it is very important that, before you start recycling that memory, you make it a perfect thing. So.
Definitely, I fully agree. Rubbish in, rubbish out. We all know that. And from the automotive industry, I can say that they are quite aware of this fact. They try to really deliver a proper, good, consistent terminology by their own. Yeah? Also managed and cared of by themselves, and provide their partners, their translators, one source, one single source of good, proper, consistent terminology to assure that there is no rubbish in the text. Please.
I think I can take without the use of my witness. I would like to make a comment, because you have already given a good definition of quality assurance, and I think if we understand that, will solve the problems. You said that translation is localization. understand, that itself I think is enough, because it includes the cultural aspects, it includes the linguistic aspect. There's so many issues which are part of this localization, and I think you must also discuss in future about the factors of localization, because otherwise you can't explain. Since you have not read my paper, I have explained all this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for this most valuable comment. Thank you. Any further questions?
I feel that, but sometimes I, being an interpreter, sometimes like the knowledge of gestures, because sometimes we have to translate them also. So there should be some guide on the gestures, because in some places this means a victory, but in some places it means going for a loop. So, well, we should have a guide for gestures also, because we are not from the native company, we are not from the native country. I, being an Indian, do not know what I am an Italian interpreter, so I do not know in Italy what gesture means what. So there should be some stress on gestures also, because that is also part of translation.
Thank you very much for this interesting comment. Of course, it's more related to interpretation. There it is crucial to be able to interpret the body language, very true, but also in translation of written texts. The pictograms, for instance, there are nice ISO standardized pictograms from road signs on to very specific pictograms. You're fully right, and again, as our colleague said, this is localization. So thank you very much. I think it's time to go very much in detail now into the European standard and how to get certificates. Okay? Just not to, but maybe afterwards we will have some time to discuss further questions. Okay? Thank you very much.